5280sportsnetwork.com with your Tuesday edition of the Morning Minute. Nate Lundy, Shawn Drotar, thanks for stopping by. Let's talk some Broncos. Jamaal Charles visiting with the team today. I love it. I love it.
Well, Charles, look, we know what the problems are. Charles is 30 years old. Charles has played 8 games in the last 2 seasons. Those are obviously the concerns. The health problems have been manifold. You know about the potential of maybe he's been had problems with the speed. It's been knees. It hasn't been upper body. It's been everything you're concerned about his performance on the NFL field and if he can ever regain what he was. I personally don't think he can. I think his days as an impact player in the NFL are done. But if you're the Denver Broncos and you're paying the kind of salary that is just adding him to the mix, and that sounds like that wouldn't be the case, but given the money that's been handed out to free agent running backs, especially over the age of 30 over the last 2 years, it's probably going to be the case. Why not take the gamble?
Yeah, it's a minimal amount of money. You've got the salary cap space right now, and let's have a veteran person in there. I'm assuming health is fine right now, okay? Because I assume that with everybody that makes the 53-man roster, okay? I don't feel like I should have to qualify that. We talked about that on the radio show this morning. This is all assuming health, people. But when you talk about the running back position and the situation that the Broncos find themselves in at the running back spot, I'll use the line that Casey Light from Mile High Sports had this morning. I'll take the competition at the position, if nothing else. I think C.J. Anderson is a great guy. I like him both on the field and off the field. We've been at some charity events with him. He's a lot of fun. I want him to succeed because I like his drive. I like who he is. I like how he plays the game. But it doesn't hurt to have somebody to push him. And we also have seen over the last couple of seasons that C.J. Anderson tends to do better when he is not forced to be the bell cow, but when he is a part of a running back attack. Devontae Booker is still there. Kapri Bibbs is obviously now gone. Those were your 3 running backs on the active roster when the 2016 season started last year. So with Kapri Bibbs gone, whether that's D'Angelo Henderson that was a late-round pick for the Broncos, whether that's Jamaal Charles or some mix thereof, the amount of money it'll cost you to bring Jamaal Charles in and see what happens is so minimal that the risk is low. Do it! Why not?
18 months ago, the Broncos also brought in a guy named Bernard Pearson. With 18 months ago with the Baltimore Ravens was thought of as maybe a guy that was going to explode and be a very, very interesting running back. So they're going for competition. And also keep in mind, C.J. Anderson, I agree with everything you said there. Good player, good guy. Also a guy that's starting to develop an injury history himself. So when there's no guarantee about injuries in the NFL, especially the running back position, the position with the shortest career lifespan in the league by a wide margin, why not go ahead at a reasonable salary and bring a guy in? You don't necessarily know what Devontae Booker is going to be, and you don't have an idea about Henderson at all. So when you look at the Broncos camp and you bring them in, okay, Pierce and Anderson, Jamaal Charles just having the DeMarcus Ware effect around some of these younger guys, is he going to hurt it?
No, not at all. Here's the last thing that we'll say here before we wrap up the Morning Minute. The thing to keep in mind is by the time training camp rolls around, every team, all 32 of them, are going to be dealing with injuries. Some of them significant, some of them minor, some of them third stringers, some of them starters. If you have the ability to bring in a Jamaal Charles right now at a very minimal amount of money to give yourself an insurance policy to make sure that you aren't the team that gets hit by the injury bug, if you're doing it for a small amount of money, even if September 1st rolls around and he winds up being cut, or you wind up dealing him off to some other team for a 7th round pick, you've gotten yourself the insurance policy in the interim, but you've also given yourself a potential of some decent upside. That's smart football in my mind. I hope Jamaal Charles does not leave today without a deal with Denver. We'll be talking about it at milehighsports.com, 5280sportsnetwork.com, and of course tomorrow morning on the radio show as well, 7 a.m. on Mile High Sports Radio. But for now, enjoy your Tuesday now that the sunshine is back. For Shawn, I'm Nate. We'll see you.